This is a quick intro before I take you down Mosborough High Street. I thought, I'd just show you these lights. They must look lovely once it goes dark. But I've had to revoice it over. So here we are outside what was Mosborough Hall, and it's now a hotel. Now, I lived at Bait and Southall for about 4 years in the late 80s and early 90s. And Mosborough Hall used to be one of the places I came drinking on a Friday night. I had an MG in those days, and if you wasn't careful, you'd spin your car on the gravel setting off. That's the problem with the power and the back wheel drive on an MG. But at least we've still got a bit of history. It's just a shame that you can't pop in it on a Friday night like we used to do. But I've had one of those annoying little clicks on the video. I don't know how it happens. I've gone and done other videos today and there's been no issue with the clicking, but for some reason on Mosborough High Street there's a clicking. Starts after 4 minutes and it irritates me, so I don't want it to irritate you as well. So rather than the droning of the traffic, you're going to get me droning in the foreground. So coming down to the Georgian Dragon, bit of land here, you can park as well. So coming down to the Georgian Dragon, I remember before the 92 semi-final at Wembley with United, coming in here the night before, and I'm sure they got a Wednesday side and a United side. I don't know if it was done at the time for the match because it was so important in Sheffield, or whether it's like that all the time with the Wednesday United side in the pub. But I'm sure I got the right pub. But the next day I got on the coach from Frechville with my dad and we went down to Wembley with the United supporters. So it looks like a supermarket's now come into Mosborough High Street. Can anybody tell me what supermarket it is? Is it Aldi? It's certainly keeping in with the area. But does anybody come from Mosborough? Can you tell me if a lot of the shops are being converted into housing now? But we're just walking down to the Vine public house here. And I didn't realise how many places I'd forgotten about because I remember coming in the Vine. Some nights, we used to take it in turns to drive. Sometimes I would go out, but it was very limited on how much I'd drink. Back in the 90s, I think it'd be about a pint and a half I'd drink, and then I'd call it a day. Not the case with some of my mates, though. So this church must be quite important for some people. Married there, christened or whatever. But once you get off the High Street in Mosborough, I know it's very quiet today with the background noise, it's quite peaceful. Seems quite a nice place to live, to tell you the truth. As long as you're away from the actual high street itself. But I thought as soon as I walk down this street, I'd show you the Vine pub. But the sad thing again is, it's become another foreign food place. Now, I've got no issue with going for a pint and having a curry, but I'm not really interested in foreign food as such. happy to go in a pub and have an Indian. But what about selling some British food as well? So here we've got the Joseph Stone Community Centre. And I'm glad I've overdubbed the video because I got the name of the church wrong a number of times. So it's St Mark's the church. Thought it may have been St Joseph's, but it's definitely St Mark's. And it looks like a Church of England church. So we're not quite on Olive Grove, we're on Olive Road. Don't want to get Mark getting excited from Pittsmore. But going back to the pub thing, I've had a few accusations that I'm an alcoholic. Well, I'm teetotal. And I do focus on pubs for a reason, because I believe that if people are going to drink, they are better drinking in a pub. I believe that it's all about community and people coming together. So even though I don't drink anymore, I think pubs should be an integral part of community. So now we've got Admiral 2, I think it is. Now Richard Burns has been telling me about the Admirals, so I didn't go in the Admiral. I was tempted, but not after what Richard's been saying to me. So there is a fish and chip shop round the back I'm going to show you. A proper British fish and chip shop. So who got married and christened here? Must be somebody watching the video. So if you want a bit of Christmas spirit, feel there's a lot lacking in this world. I don't get it, waiting for Christmas. I think you should be living every day of the life as though it's Christmas Day. So I thought the High Street was bigger than what it is, but we're just about coming to the main part of the High Street now. And I do remember a butcher down here, because I got the shock of my life walking in one of these butchers once, and the butcher from Anston that I grew up in was actually in there, and he was helping out. But I think some of these houses have probably become, or been changed from shops. We've got a gift type shop here. It's quite nice. But looking on the other side of the road, we've actually got a hole in the wall here, which is good. We've got a micro pub. One thing I'm starting to notice is these bottle pubs on the High Street now. But it's looking much like every other high street where we've not got many practical things left. Dentist. But I'm guessing that the high street's very changed from the 80s and 90s that I even remember. Now we've got another Turkish barber by the looks of it here. I don't know what this shop is with the shutters down. But I now question, just here where on the right where we've got some new flats, were they shops in the past? Or what was there? It's nice to see the Queen's Hotel still here, but it's not a pub I've ever been in, but it's so well maintained. Looking how a pub should look, and I can't see that going anywhere. It looks in too good a nick. So we're still on the high street. It sort of extends over the crossroads. But there's not a lot left down there, but do you remember the mill at Mosborough? Used to be was it a Toby Inn? I remember going in there as a kid, upstairs, but then when I was older, I used to go in on a Friday night or a Saturday night to like a pub or nightclub underneath it. It used to be fantastic. But so well maintained, this one. But going back to the mill at Mosborough, I was shocked to see it in a pile of rubble one day. I can't understand how it wasn't a going concern. And it's just gone completely. It's just an open space again. But we have got another pub here, same again. Look how fantastic it looks. We're still just on High Street here, I think. There's a signpost somewhere anyway. It might be just a bit back, but... So we've got the British Oak. It's just here. It's not quite High Street at this point. You'll be able to see the sign better than me. So the pub's off on Mosborough Moor and off on the High Street. So we're quite a bit away from the High Street here, but I just wanted to show you there's a bit of open space here. I don't know what this open space was originally, if it's always been there. Bit of a play area in it. Or was there a colliery or anything there? Don't know if Mosborough had a colliery in the past. But looking at what is now a nursery, I wondered if that was an old pub or not, or whether it's just an house that's been converted into a nursery. But now we're back on the High Street, and here we are at a Chinese, and I can't stand them. I used to get them free at work back in the 80s at Midland Bank. They used to take me out, and I think they used to laugh because I didn't like foreign food. I'd stretch to a lasagna or a pizza, but not Chinese. You might have heard it in the past, tell you about going on a blind date with a mate's wife's friend. I begrudgingly had the Chinese. I ordered what I'd like beef and bean sauce. And when we got back to my mate's house, this blind date mixed everything together. So she never got another date off me, I can tell you that. So we're now on Queen Street, and that area in front looks like the free parking. But it's sometimes better to actually narrate over it after, but I actually prefer narrating as I go along and it being a bit more ad hoc. And when I'm pointing the camera, I'm pointing it where I'm talking. So we've got a pharmacy here. And then we've got I think it's a health centre there. Now, somebody was saying we need more hospitals in Sheffield. I'd like to see people more healthy. That's my own opinion. I think we're too dependent on the big pharma and people taking medication. I think we fail when we do that. So we've got a Methodist church for sale. I'll just zoom in on it for you. See the date, 1869. We all know that this will probably become somebody's house. At least the building will stay. Can't see them getting planning permission to knock it down, can you? So got Elm Church, don't know what type of church that is, and then that's another health place, I think, where you can have your eyebrows and various other things done. Well, I'm on my march to Tony's, and Tony's fish and chip shop, and Richard told me it was the best fish and chip shop around here. Now, I wish I'd seen this before, but it was getting a bit dark as well. It doesn't look dark on the camera, but just here by the oak tree, I think it is. Somebody will correct me on it if it's not an oak tree. There's a bit of an history map here, so you can have a walk around one day if you're a bit bored. But it's very pleasant around this area. I think we're on Chapel Street. So they must have been a bit religious around this area in the past, because we've got another Methodist church that's still open. So at this point I was thinking, well, I'm not going to find Tony's fish and chip shop, but I was heading in the right direction. I'll just show you the nativity play first. Same again, that'll look quite nice at night. I said to a lady, can you tell me where Tony's fish and chip shop is? And she said it's right up there. So I didn't go to Admiral 2 and give it a try. Church Hall now. I was hoping that Tony's would be open so I could try Tony's fish and chip shop. But I've been heading up to the grass bank at the top of the hill because it looked interesting up there. And then, right, here is Tony's, and I'll show you the times it's open. But I could still smell the fish and chips. But it was a long time to wait, from about 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon until 5 for some fish and chips. But I'm going to have to come back. But it's a shame I'm back out this way on Christmas Day in Derbyshire. It's a shame I can't pop out on Christmas Day and have fish and chips. I like to do something different on Christmas Day. But it was so pleasant around this area. I don't know if anybody lives around here. Seemed extremely pleasant and very quiet. I just wondered if there was anything else around this corner with this bank up here, but I thought that's probably it now. So I'm just going to walk back down to the tree and ask you to like the video, follow the channel and click on notifications for new videos in the future. But it's well worth a walk round Mosborough. Pop to Tony's Fish and Chip Shop. Richard Burns will vouch for that. So is it an oak tree, folks, or is it something else? But that's it, over and out from Mosborough High Street.